So the Oyo State Government demolishes Kidnappers Hideout days after rescue of former Minister of Power's sister, um, Minister Adelabu, and her twin sons. In a swift move signaling zero tolerance for kidnapping, the Oyo State Government on Monday yesterday demolished a 3-bedroom bungalow in the Lakun community along the Ayegun Olojuoro Road in Ibadan, which security agencies identified as a hideout used by the gang that abducted Mrs. Olaide Busayo Adegoke John-Paul and her children. The demolition, carried out early Monday morning by the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Public Works and Transportation in collaboration with security agencies, occurred less than 48 hours after the victims' rescue. It was based on intelligence reports directly linking the property to the criminal syndicate. Mrs. Olaide Busayo Adegoke John-Paul and the younger sister of former Minister of Power Chief Adebayo Adelabu was kidnapped around 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday, June 3, 2026, at the Elewura area, in the challenged district of Ibadan. Armed gunmen, as you may know, intercepted her vehicle while she was dropping her 12-year-old twin sons, Peter and Paul, at school. The abductors took all 3 victims. The incident sparked widespread concern across Oyo State and drew attention due to the family's prominence. Security operatives launched an intense manhunt involving intelligence tracking and tactical operations. On Saturday, June 6, 2026, operatives of the Nigerian police force rescued the victims alive during a coordinated operation at the hideout. The raid involved a gunfight in which 2 suspected kidnappers were neutralized and others were arrested. Weapons and a gateway vehicle were reportedly recovered. The Oyo State Police Command later alleged that one personal assistant to a family member may have conspired with the abductors, with investigations still ongoing. Mrs. John-Paul and her sons were reunited with their family, including Chief Adelabu, the former Minister of Power, and received medical attention. The family had appealed for calm during the search. On Monday yesterday, government bulldozers raised down the structure. Even before that was done, the Commissioner of Police went there with his crew and they went to inspect the building that was used to keep the victims. The bulldozers raised the structure as part of a broader effort to dismantle criminal networks and deny safe havens to kidnappers. Officials emphasized that the action serves as a strong deterrent to property owners who might rent out buildings for criminal activities. See the video, it's all over the place. It's a welcome development. Kidnappers have no place among us. The landlords or property owners should know the profile of whoever they are leasing out their properties to or renting out their properties to. If you are a landlord and you fail to profile your tenant, you fail to profile whoever you are admitting to your property, when they are found guilty of any crime that is as capital as this one, they will be arrested. Some cases they could also be neutralized, and the landlord will also bear the brunt. He will lose his property just like this one has lost his property. Because when this younger sister of the former Minister of Power was interviewed by the police said that she said while they were there, they could hear the residents in the area, they could hear them going about their activities, but unfortunately they couldn't come out of their captivity. So how is it that people live in a place, kidnappers are operating in a place, residents are seeing them, and they can't just profile them? Because yesterday the police officer said, the police commissioner, your police commissioner said, when you see something, you say something. Because we live in a time where people live damnable lives. You see somebody, he's just staying around, doing anything. Nobody questions anybody. But I actually understand. I don't want to be involved in a crime that I did not commit. I don't want to bear the brunt of any crime I did not commit. And that is why, if I see something that is fishy, something that I don't understand, I am definitely going to report to the police. Because I can't imagine what the neighbors went through. The people that neighbored this kidnappers hideout, what they felt, how they felt throughout the whole operation. Now the building has been raised down. So imagine how much amount the landlord must have lost. Let's assume that these people must have rented this whole apartment for a whole year, or they rented it for months to be able to carry out this wicked activity. So the landlord rented it out to them without knowing what they do, the job they do, who is their guarantor. These things are very important. Property owners, property managers, caretakers, they neglect this thing. Once they see money, they will just rush and lease that property. But you never know. This thing did not just cost the landlord or the owner of that property the building. It will also cost the owner of the property the land, because it's now government property. The building is not just demolished, the land now belongs to government. So the owner of the property has lost twice. That's why we are emphasizing that property managers, house owners, landlord, landladies should endeavor to profile the tenants, whether tenant or whoever that is renting out your property, so that you don't cry twice. Just like this landlord now in this property in Oyo State is crying. You lost your building after huge investment. You also lost the land. You could imagine how much land and that area will be costing now. If I'm to value that place, the building there that's not been demolished and the land will be more than 40 million, if I'm not mistaken. That is what it will cost you when you are careless with leasing out your property as a landlord, as a property manager, or a landlady.